Next up on Northwestern Outdoors Radio, it's time to check in with Eric Winther about the Northern Pikeminnow Sport Reward Fishery Program. That is the program where you go to portions of the Columbia and Snake Rivers, catch northern pikeminnow, turn them in, and you get paid for fishing. Anywhere from $5 to $8 a fish. Tagged fish are worth $500. The season started back on May 1st, and it continues through September. Eric, how are things going this past week?
Hey, John. Good to be here. We are right on the verge of things just what I call busting loose. You know, it's been a little bit tough early in the year with kind of the high cold water, but this past week, things have really turned around in a couple locations, and it's just going to keep climbing the next few weeks towards our historical peak, about the end of the month, first part of July. So, yeah, we're right on the verge. Great timing.
So I did notice that during May, the hot spot was Kalama. And, I mean, people were just catching like 14 up to 20 fish per person. It was amazing. And then a couple weeks ago, it died down, and I'm sure that had to do with all of that water that was coming through and the heavy currents. But like you said, I noticed it's picking up. But the hot spot's no longer Kalama. It is close to there, though, isn't it?
It is. A little further downstream, as a matter of fact. The Willow Grove is in the Longview area, and Cathlamet is downstream from that. Both of those are downstream from Kalama. And the thing that we're seeing, though, is that a lot of our good anglers, they're kind of struggling, too. It's just been real hit and miss. And finally here within this last week, they're starting to settle in on some more consistent numbers of fish. And so that's why those two lower stations are taking off pretty darn well the last week, and it continues so far this week.
You know, a couple of places that are traditionally good, the Dalles, I know is always a good one, and up on the Snake River Boyer Park over, I believe that's Clarkston, Lewiston Way. When are those going to turn on? Because they're not turning on very much at the moment.
Right now.
I love it. Perfect timing for this call then.
Exactly right now. I talked to one of our anglers. He's a perennial top 10 angler that was went up to Boyer Park last week, and I think his first day there had a 100-fish day. So
oh my gosh.
So those numbers are going to jump up considerably for the next week here.
So, Eric, I want to hold you up here because, folks, I want you to soak this in. So this is a perennial top angler. That means that he's caught already over 200 fish. That means he's making $8 a fish, right?
Exactly.
So 8 times 100, folks, that's $800 that the state is paying him for a day of fishing on the river. Now, I don't know about you, but usually it's the other way around for me. I'm spending money to go fishing. So just think about this. Going out there and getting involved in this program to catch northern pikeminnow, it can be a real moneymaker. And as you just heard, it's turned on up and down both the Snake and Columbia rivers right now. We've talked about this before, but just briefly again, let's talk about the goals of this program. It's not meant to eradicate northern pikeminnow, but it is meant to control the populations because...
Well, northern pikeminnow is a native fish. They've always been here, but with the dams on the Columbia River, the populations grew, and these are long-lived fish. So we're just trying to crop them down by 10 to 20%. And so anything that's over 9 inches is worth the reward. You mentioned, John, $5 a piece until you get to 25, then they go to $6, and then if you get over 200, they go up to $8. So that's the whole idea there. We're not trying to eradicate it. We're just trying to kind of manage their numbers downwards so that we have smaller average-sized pikeminnow and less of them.
Any idea how many steelhead and salmon smolt pikeminnow eat in terms of a percentage of the fish trying to get downstream?
Well, they can eat up to 15 per pikeminnow per day. We get, let's just take last year as an example. We got about 180,000 fish, and that equals about a little over 16% of the overall population. And so if you do it, I can't do it in my head, but if you did a little bit of quick math, you could figure out pretty quickly that's quite a few salmon and steelhead smolts saved.
Right. That is a whole bunch of salmon and steelhead smolt saved. So just another reason to get involved in this program. Not only are you making money, you are helping to conserve our salmon and steelhead too that we all love here in the Pacific Northwest. If you want to find out more, and find out how to get involved with this, the website's really simple. It's pikeminnow.org. That's pikeminnow.org. Go fishing for pike minnow, have fun, make some money, and help out our fish. Thanks as always, Eric.
All right, John. Thank you.